How old are you?
I will be 24 in 3 weeks.
I'm 24.
How long you been together?
About a year and a half.
How do you feel about the way your woman is dressed tonight on a night out?
Oh, she looks amazing. She looks really good.
Do you feel like what you're wearing is appropriate when you're in a relationship with a man?
Yeah.
Why don't...
I love how awkward these interviews are. And I like how he does it.
Do you feel like... No. Do you feel like the way you're dressed right now is appropriate for work?
But that's the thing. That's what I was telling you guys, okay? The reason why he's like this is the exact same reason why when we were doing comedy, when someone was crashing, dude was laughing and I can't fucking handle it. It's the same fucking discomfort.
But do you feel like there's something wrong with me laughing at other people's unfortunate circumstances?
Though that's what this. But say
no, he doesn't do that.
If we're gonna be too much,
he's not doing that. He's not doing. The nerd is in his voice. Oh my
god. So do you feel like that's appropriate within the confines of a relationship?
Adjust your glasses. That's just the thing that's missing. It's just this.
And you can see the boyfriend's right there. It's like, obviously.
I love the look. The look. The
yeah, he's like.
Yeah, I think it's all right. And he just went like.
Yeah.
Why don't you have a problem at all with it?
The look is amazing. What are we doing?
There, let's keep watching.
Why don't you have a problem at all with it?
Well, to be honest with you, she asked my opinion before she bought it, and I was like, yeah, that's amazing. And then she wore it for me before we came here, and I was like, yeah, I really like that dress.
So notice what he said. She asked my opinion on the dress. She probably went up there, do you think this is too much? You think it looks good? She's like, nah, babe, I'm sure that looked really sexy on you. Cool. They're about to go out together. She wanted to know if she was doing too much. So she asked, she's like, no, it looks really good. That's it. He wasn't like, you have my permission. You're allowed to wear, right? You don't have to do that. She asked in a very cordial way, and that's normal. If I'm going out with somebody and it's, let's say, like, it's okay to coordinate between each other to be like, is my outfit too much for this occasion or whatever it might be.
My girl asked me for my opinion because she values my opinion because it's going to be honest. So when she says, hey, you think it looks good? I'm like, yeah, it looks good. After that, you want to wear it.
But do you give her permission?
No, I don't have to give her permission. I don't have to do that.
But she should ask.
No, I'm not her dad.
Do you think that within the confines of your relationship, it's okay for her to go out in an outfit that you didn't approve of?
You see that? There you go. You said confine of my relationship. That's my relationship, not yours. So just you asking this question is just like, mind your business, bruh. Mind your fucking business.
But
mind your business.
Is it okay for a man to have a say?
I don't care. That's none of my business. If he wants to have a say, that's him.
Yeah.
Is it okay for you to be in people's business?
Well, we're just doing street interviews. You don't have to accept it.
And I'm just answering you. Dork, goober,
blue pills.
Is it okay for a man to... you gotta go it.
Yeah. Blue pill. I feel like if you check this guy, he would just... audibly do it again. Get close to the mic. so like, okay, but let's keep watching.
What made you go, let me ask my man if this is okay, as opposed to I'm just gonna wear this and go out?
That's not what happened. You see how the guy said it? The guy said it in the normal way. Does this look good? He's like, yeah, it looks good. He framed it in the red pill way. Ma'am, what made you go ask for permission? What made you go ask if this is okay for me to wear? Right? So he's framing it from that mindset. Why? Because he's looking for his gotcha. That's what this is.
But the thing is, yo, that's you. You do that. You always like to fucking flame black people. Yeah, you're flaming black people. You're saying that because he's black. I'm just going back on the fact that people saying that we do that to the Indians, and now it's a black guy. That's just what I'm saying. I'm just trolling.
What made you go, let me ask my man if this is okay, as opposed to I'm just gonna wear this and go out?
Because I have respect.
Is this something that you could see yourself wearing on a girls' night without him being here?
Probably not.
Why not?
Because it's like, it could get like guys' attention and whatever, on my arm. That's all that matters.
He's done with his shit.
Yeah, I think he realizes what he's in.
Yeah. But he's not with it no more.
Yeah.
You know the body language, what he's fidgeting, and then he wants to exit.
Yeah.
So ultimately, you feel like your man should have a say in how you dress when you leave the house?
I think a little bit. Like, I definitely listen to his opinion. Yeah.
How do you feel on the matter?
Obviously, she has her freedom to do it, but out of respect in the relationship, she should be asking me if this is okay, and I should give my 2 cents to that. And she does that, and I really respect that, and I'm really appreciative of that.
I don't mind the fact that you're asking if it's okay. I don't mind that.
Me neither.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Do you have to? Not to me, no. You don't. But I understand the.
I definitely disagree.
Yeah, go ahead. Do your thing.
I think that if you guys are going out together, there's some level of coordination because one, you guys are going out as a unit. So the same way if she's taking me out to a specific event, I just can't go in my flip-flops and my fucking joggers because obviously she's going to take me somewhere very specific. There might be a dress code or something that they want to kind of abide by. Not a literal dress code, but like a certain standard you want to meet. And that same token, if I'm taking my girl out, and let's say we going somewhere, might be friends, family, whatever, she can't just wear any type of dress with her titties popping out. That's too much for me.
No, that's not what I thought I understood. You understand what I'm saying? Because I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with coordination. You know, you're supposed to be like on the same level. Like with that. I thought it was talking about asking the permission to wear something even on a night out. Like I'm not even there. And then she's going on a night out by herself. You know what I mean? So asking. I don't
agree.
have to. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I agree. I think the caveat I would put is date somebody who has some common sense. Meaning, I don't want a partner who dresses a specific type of way, right? The same way I know women who probably don't want to date a dude who sags his pants or wears a bunch of flashy jewelry. Fair. So if I'm about to go out and I'm doing all this goofy shit that I'm maybe not doing in the beginning, and she's like, yo, what you doing? Like, that's okay for her to have an issue. The same token, if I date a girl who always kept herself presentable, and all of a sudden she dressing trashy, it's okay. I wouldn't tell a girl, yo, change how you dress. I'd be like, I'll be honest with you, this ain't what I signed up for. That's me personally. I'm just not into it. But I would never get with somebody who dresses like that.
But for example, if you're not like you don't go out, right? You staying inside, and she's dressing away, and you're like, would you be like, whoa, that's not what I signed for? That's not what I signed up for.
Because I would hope that if you're at the point where you're in a deep relationship with somebody, you know how they like to dress when they go out.
I understand.
Even if I'm not there.
But if she wants to try something new, because that could happen.
Yeah, if all of a sudden my girl all of a sudden told me like I want to dress like I'm going to Burning Man on a regular basis when I go out, I'd be like, no, not for me. You can do whatever you want. You should do your thing, live your best life. It's not my thing. Mm-hmm. I don't want to be so. That's me personally. But I would never tell someone to change. In that same token, if I started dating a girl, she saw me again with the sagging pants, and she like, I don't want to be associated with somebody who looks ghetto. That's okay too. I'm a fair person in that regards.
Because that's not exactly what I understood from what they were saying.
Yeah.
But I agree. I agree with that.
I don't like people who meet somebody, they live a certain way, and then they start demanding they change. Yeah. And they're like, what's wrong with that? It's like,
they was like that when you started dating. What's up?
Yeah. So to me, that's the part.
Probably the reason why you went with that person is because that person was dressing like that. Like all of a sudden you're like, no, you can't be having all the attention of those guys. She was like that when y'all met. That's how she got yours.
Yeah, it makes me think of people who start dating like OnlyFans girls and they get mad at them for having OnlyFans. It's like, well,
I mean, I don't understand.
Why are you mad?
I don't
mad at yourself. Fine. Why are you mad at them?
I don't understand. There was no switch there.
Yeah. I'm not one of those people who's like, what? You know, having standards as a man. Oh, you can have standards, but be consistent. If you had standards, you should have had them at the beginning. Why are you employing them at the middle part and then you get mad at them for it?
Because the thing that happened is that a lot of people when they start a date, they accommodate to, when people ask, what's your type? They really want to know what to unlock to be in a relationship with that person, but they're not really like that. Mm-hmm. And then later on in the relationship, it comes out, well, I don't really like that you do this. Where's that from? I was always doing that. Yeah, well, I don't like it. What?
Yeah.
That you got into that person, you banned certain ways just to get with that person, but then you don't really like those things. It's like, come on. Yeah. I don't care that you do the OnlyFans. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if you do OF, and then you actually care.
Yep.
No, yes, I'm going to dress up as a freaking angel for Halloween. I don't care what you say. I'm wearing the freaking lingerie. I'm putting on a freaking tutu. I'm putting on freaking white Vans. I don't care. I don't actually care because you know what? That's who I am inside me, and that's who you freaking married. That's who you freaking said that you would freaking help when they're sick and And so what? Maybe I'm sick in the head by freaking wearing an angel costume, but whatever. This is what I'm getting for Halloween.
What do you think about this adverse?
It's the same thing. My stance didn't change on that subject.
Okay.
Was she slutty when you met her?
Well, what was she like when you met her?
Was she slutty when she met her?
Well, is it slutty to wear an angel costume and lingerie?
That would be considered as.
Really?
That would be considered as.
Isn't it just
you're
an expression?
you're just lingerie out. Yeah, it's fine.
Isn't it just an expression of skin?
The thing is, whenever I said slutty, you thought it was something bad because inherently it is something bad to me. Wait, no. I'm not saying you're wrong of thinking that. I'm saying what's going on here, and I'm just gonna
Fair. So if I call you a maggot, right, with the F, it's not something bad because you might take it as something bad because inherently something bad, but it's not actually.
As a matter of fact, I got some of my gay friends that call each other that all the time. The same thing with the N-word. Same thing with it's inherently a bad thing, but if you put it in context, yeah, they could say it. For example, I could call my girl a bitch. You can't call my girl a bitch. It depends on the context. It depends on the context of what it is.
If I see you calling your girl a bitch, I'm calling CPS.
You could do whatever the Child Protection Services.
It took a second. I was waiting on how long it was going to take you.
I was like,
you can do whatever. Child Protection.
That's a wild way to call me a PDF file, but that's crazy.
Hey,
don't you ever do that shit again.
Okay.
Anyways, all that to say,
don't call that child a bitch. Huh?
my girl,
Huh? Let's keep going.
that child a bit. You crazy. You crazy and you stupid. You on that shit today. You on that I'm on that bullshit today.
Okay.
He's on that bullshit.
Sorry,
No. You on that bullshit today.
You're right. So you're making the point.
What I'm saying is that, okay, she is dressing slutty.
Yeah.
I think slutty is just a thing.
Okay.
Okay, I don't think it's an inherently bad thing. Some people might think it's a bad thing because it's actually, the word is, in the definition, it's a bad thing. But anyways, what is considered slutty to people is exactly that. You're going outside in lingerie and outside of a context of lingerie. To me, my stance didn't change on that. It's like if you married someone that dresses like that, revealing, slutty, call it what do you want, I don't care. And then she didn't change, you did. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Personally, I'm not gonna restrict my girl of doing whatever. I'm gonna tell her what's a no and what's a yes, what goes for me. I'm gonna tell her what I feel comfortable with and what I don't feel comfortable with. But I cannot make you wear something or not make you wear something. And after that, you still decide to go on knowing that I'm uncomfortable, it might change the dynamic of the relationship. There might be some things that you keep on doing things that I'm uncomfortable with. What is going on? Maybe this thing is not working. Maybe our definition of comfort or maybe our definition of respect is really different. And it's okay. It's all right. It's nothing against you. I don't think that we're fit. And I realized that within the confine of the relationship. And that's okay. I'm not going to go and tell her, yo, you can't wear this shit. I'm not that dude. That's not me. But I could tell that person if I'm comfortable or not.
Yeah. Listen, some people might see the man's side of this and say that's a bit unreasonable or whatever. In my head, I don't even... You know what I'd be thinking sometimes? Why would y'all make this a big problem? To the point where someone's filming and posting on social media, you're having like some larger scale argument. Like, Halloween comes around, there are hundreds of costumes you can choose from. Thousands, technically speaking. All the superheroes, all the made up stuff, you could go as a cardboard box and people digging it. Why fight about this? It's one of those situations I'm just like, if there's Comic-Con showing up and, I wanted to go there in my thong and my girl's like, I ain't comfortable with you just having your junk out there. I'm like, okay, there's other things to fight over. I just let it go. I guess in my head, I just don't see why a couple would fight over this. It seems it's like a stupid reason or a dumb hill to die on and be stubborn about, in my opinion. If he said, no, I don't want you celebrating Halloween at all, I get it. It's like, hey, I just don't like it when you... And I also play, slut's advocate. But when you meet somebody and you are one way and then you get into a relationship, you get married, is it that crazy to expect the person to change at all? Doesn't all relationships over time in marriage change people? Like the way people might dress when they single is probably not how they gonna dress or necessarily when they married or whatever.
Listen, 100%. And the thing that happened with marriage and things is that sometimes, okay, y'all people are gonna grow, okay? Yeah. And if you're lucky enough, and yeah, sometimes it's hard work, but sometimes it's luck. If you're lucky enough to grow in the same direction, great. If you're not, it is what it is. And that's the reason why I'm not gonna trip over that. Even if I met you one way and you became something else, I'm not gonna trip. I'm not gonna make you do something or whatever. I'm gonna tell you what I'm comfortable with and what I'm not comfortable with, and we're gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna film it. I'm not gonna make a big fuss about it. I'm not gonna post it on social media. It's just this is to me. It's a conversation. I don't fight. I conversate. Okay. I don't do that. I don't fight. I don't do the fighting thing. We talk. We pontificate like you used to say back in the days. That's an old world. That's an old word. Anyways. But yeah, it is possible. It's not that crazy that people change over time. As a matter of fact, that's what you're expected. You're supposed to.
Also, just when you just hear language, when someone says, "I'm uncomfortable," I don't care. I mean, it's kind of your job to care about what your partner thinks, right? Same way, if you had a grievance, I would hope that he would care. If he didn't, I feel like it's a bit dismissive. I don't know. It's also interesting just hearing the way people talk to each other. Because I think it reveals about a lot of underlying issues. Like, imagine you go to your girl with a grievance and she says, "I don't care." Isn't that a bit of a wild thing to say? Or is it just me?
I think there's levels to this thing. On top of that, I just want to add something on that. Is that you can care and not agree. You can care about what someone is saying and not change your position. Mm-hmm. That's what we call empathy, I believe. Is that what it is? Or is this, that's the other word? Empathy and...
Empathy, I think, is like relating your own experience to understand someone else's. Sympathy is like being on the outside.
Sympathy.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much for that.
I think.
Whatever. One or the other, all right? It's basically you feeling for the other person. So you could be like, the person's telling you something, and you could be like, I understand what you're saying. I understand, I get it, and I'm sorry you feel that way. And being sorry that you feel that way doesn't mean that you excuse yourself. Is that you feel some type of way about you feeling bad. I'm not excusing myself. I'm not saying that's not an apology. Saying you, so there's that level as well of things, and you can do all of those things without even changing your position. But saying you don't care is taking all that shit and throw that shit in the trash for different reasons. It can be for different reasons, but there's levels to this shit. Sure. When you're at the point where you don't care, some things happen.
Well, even saying you don't care when you're at the point, I think, is also wrong. Like, listen, what he said. You can feel whatever way you want to feel about whatever the person's saying. Saying you don't care, I don't think within the confines of a relationship is something that people should be saying to each other, in my opinion. Especially if you married. I feel like y'all took vows to care about what the other person thinks.
And there's really levels to this, you know. It depends on the dynamic of the thing, but sure. Not caring is really like what I said. There's levels to this shit.
Yeah, I mean, there was a poll on the post, and it said 96% said he was just setting boundaries, 4% said he was controlling. Yeah. I mean, it seems like most people agree, but
I think that both can coexist. I think you could be setting boundaries and your boundaries are fucking controlling. But now in that scenario, I don't know. It's more of a conversation. Looking for outside saying that he's controlling is really easy to say when we don't know what the dynamic is. It's just really a snippet. It's a snippet. She don't care, obviously, but I don't know what he said before. And so, man.
Yeah. And I mean, listen. Lingerie is a lot to go outside of, but hey, boo-boo, do you? Anything else?
I mean, are they in Miami? Because that's the norm.
I don't know where they are.
That's not the norm.
The way she dressed it indoors, they can't be in Miami. Girl looks homeless at home, want to walk outside in a fucking lingerie.
She want to change her life. She want to feel something.
Maybe.
She want to be like, get that Celine Dion on her. I'm alive. You know what I mean?
I wish the video was longer or had more context, but that's all we got. Anything else?
No.
All right, listen, what you think?